everyone, so I am super excited to do this video because I've been planning to do this video for months and I wanted to just do it already. BTS was in Vegas recently for the Billboard Awards on Sunday. I will get to that in a minute. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to do this video for months and it is my original BTS book tag. I know I've mentioned it on my channel before, but I do a whole bunch of different things on this channel. I started it off as a booktube. I still like to think of it as a booktube, and as of last year I got really into K-pop, so I thought this would be a fun tag to put two of my favorite things together and just really try and find other booktubers who really like K-pop. Also, I thought it would be a fun way to reach out. So BTS, these boys have been creeping up on me since I started getting into K-pop. I know I've mentioned it before, but the first group that got me into it was Big Bang, and BTS was there. I think they were the second or third group that I kind of like found, but I never really got into them until a few months ago, like last year. And since then they have become, Big Bang will forever and always be my favorite because I have a thing where like my first experience with something is usually the one that sticks with me the most. But besides them, BTS is my favorite group. I just sincerely really love all of the guys in the group. Namjoon is my bias in BTS. He is my favorite idol out of all of the idols that I've discovered since I got into K-pop. I just think he's a really he's just a really cool dude. He's really smart. He's really like I was gonna say he's really intellectual. I think that he is super cute. I really love that he's the leader of the group. There's just a lot of things that I really like about Namjoon and like his personality and what he's all about. And so yeah, the very first K-pop related video that I made was last year on June 23rd, and it was my K-pop is taking over my life video. And I'm thinking about doing another one of those videos on the anniversary of when I did that video last year, because I've discovered so many new artists, so many new groups, and I just really feel the need to make another 30-minute video where I just fangirl. Because in the video that I made last year, I talked a lot about the groups that I had known then, so like Big Bang. I talked about BTS a little bit. I didn't know EXO back then. I know EXO now. New faves. So probably half of the video that I will be making in the future will be about EXO. So all book tags that I've come across and done are really similar. This is going to be no different. It'll be kind of cliche, but like I said, I thought it would be really fun to do a spin on it, something that wasn't really bookish related, and like do a K-pop version of a book tag. Kind of rambling, but I just thought it would be fun. So there's going to be 20 questions or so. 10 of the questions are going to be bookish questions. 10 of the questions are going to be about BTS, so that I and you, if you want to do this tag, if you do, that'd be awesome. Tag me and let me know so I can watch it. But yeah, like I said, so 10 will be bookish and the last 10 will be about BTS. So it'll be like your favorite song, your favorite member, your favorite choreography and stuff like that, just so that you can kind of fangirl and let everybody know what your faves are also. So naturally, when I talk about each member and each song or whatever, I will put a picture, and I'm thinking I'm using the concept pictures from the latest album, because if I didn't, I would be scouring the internet for hours trying to find the perfect picture, and there's too many. So I'm just gonna use the one of all of them where they're doing the same concept. And so number one of the bookish questions, I have them all written down, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. 10 questions. Number one, Namjoon, a leader-like character who loves his friends and family. So for this one, I chose the character Ram from He Forgot to Say Goodbye. I really love this book. I love this author. I love this character. He really cares. I feel like my brother's looking at me, sorry. He really cares about his family. He did everything he could to support his family, to support and love his friends, and he was really selfless with a lot of the things that he had to deal with. Number two, Jin, young person who is basically a 40-year-old dad, a character who loves to eat and makes bad dad jokes. Because if you know Jin, that's literally all he is. He eats and he makes bad dad jokes. So for this one, I chose Simon Lewis from the Mortal Instruments series because he's literally the epitome of that kind of characteristic. Alright, so the next one is V, and it is a multi-talented character since V can sing and he can dance, and most recently he can act. So for this one, I chose June from the Legend trilogy because she was super smart, and yeah, because of her intellectual ability, she could just pretty much do anything. Also, I heard that they're going to make a movie out of the the Legend trilogy. I am so excited because that is one of my favorite YA trilogies, and I absolutely love those books, and I kind of want to reread them. I might in the future, I don't know, but yeah. So the next one is Jimin, and this is a character who can, what did I write here? Who can go from super funny and adorable to incredibly charming in about 1.2 seconds. And for this one, I chose the one and only Will Herondale. The next one I have here is Jungkook, and this is a baby character who's underestimated. And for this one I chose Ron Weasley, and not necessarily because he's an underestimated character, but I always thought, like, since he was the baby of his family, well, not the baby boy, and just even within his friends, whenever he did something extraordinary, everybody was always kind of surprised. Jungkook, I felt, was kind of similar to Ron in that aspect, so that is why I chose Mr. Ron Weasley. The next one that I have here is J-Hope. The literal sun, and this is a character that is bursting with energy and is always in a good mood. Literal sunshine. For this one I chose Alec Lightwood. Just kidding. No, for this one I chose Luna Lovegood because she was just always very optimistic, and even though she was a little quirky, a little weird, she always just gave off good vibes, even if those vibes were a little eccentric. The next one, last but not least, I have 4 more, but the last member of this one is Suga, and it is a character that seems hard on the outside, but is in reality is super sensitive. And for this one I chose Alec Lightwood because he had, I think both of these guys had reason to have their hard shell. They had, they dealt with certain things that made them the way they are, but in reality, on the inside, they're really lovable, and they really care about the people that they care about. Alright, so the last 3 bookish questions are going to be in regards to, a couple of albums, and yeah, you'll see. So the next one is the Wings album, and it is a book that you connected with on a spiritual level and you don't think you'll ever forget. And honestly, the first one that I always think of whenever somebody's like, what's your favorite book? The first book that always comes to mind is The Kite Runner. This storyline just hit me so hard, and I remember reading it when I was in high school and just really absolutely adoring the writing and the characters, and like, one character death still haunts me to this day because he was too pure and he was taken from this world too soon. And yeah. So the next one is The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Young Forever album, and I actually have this album. This is the first K-pop album that I ever bought, and it's literally the most beautiful thing. Big Bang, BTS always has like the prettiest albums, and I have 3. I have this one, I have Winner, when a certain someone was still in the group, and I have the latest GOT7 one, and I really like the concept of buying albums. There's a CD in all of them, but nobody really uses those because the internet exists. And I just really love this album in particular. Again, it was my first one and it's my favorite. I just have a thing with my first, but it comes with, you know, it comes with the CDs, and it comes with that, and then it comes with a photo book, and I just think this is so beautiful, and all the pictures of the guys in it are so beautiful, and I just really appreciate everything about this. I landed on Namjoon. Okay, but anyway, so the bookish question for this album is a book that reminds you of your childhood, but you can't say Harry Potter. And for this one, I wrote down Island of the Blue Dolphins. I read a lot of books when I was a kid. I was like top of the AR class in elementary school. It's pretty dope. But I remembered the Island of the Blue Dolphins and how kind of traumatizing that book was. If any of you have read it, you know what happens to one of the characters at the end with the brother and the sister. And I just remember that book so clearly for some reason, and so that was one that I read when I was younger. Alright, and last but not least for the bookish questions, Big Hit Entertainment, a book that isn't popular but that you love and want other people to know about. And for this one, I always think of The Secret Life of Bees, and I don't think this is a very unknown book. I feel like a lot of people know of it and a lot of people have read it, but I like the story of how I came across this book. It was like out of the movies. I was at a farmer's market or something, and I came across a stand that had a whole bunch of books and like crates in it, and so I found this book, and the cover was beautiful. It was kind of worn and like a piece of the cover was missing, but I love the cover, I love the concept, the synopsis of the book, and so I read it. I found out there was a movie and I love all the actors in that movie, and so yeah, that's my answer for that one. Okay, so yeah, that concludes the bookish portion of this video where the 10 questions are in regards to books. And so the next 10 questions are going to be, I will go through them all and we shall discuss and fangirl together, but it's going to be about your favorites of the group in themselves. And so, all right, so here we go. Number 1. Who is your BTS bias? And for me, I said this already, but it is Namjoon, aka Rap Monster. I just like saying his actual name better. I just feel like it rolls off the tongue so nicely. Namjoon. I think I actually knew a guy when I was like in elementary school or middle school. His name was June. I kind of already answered this question at the beginning of this video, but I just think he's such a wonderful person. I really love his quirky personality. He is a gorgeous human being. He's like really smart and really smart about like societal things, and he talks about these things in his songs. His own songs have such power and meaning in them. But yeah, he's just such a charming guy, and he just seems so well-rounded and down to earth and lovely, and I just love everything about him. But yeah, I can go on and on talking about this guy. So number 2, who is your bias wrecker? And for me, this has changed a little bit. I wrote down, because when I wrote this down a long time ago, I wrote that V was my bias wrecker, but now V has competition with J-Hope and Jimin. So I kind of think that J-Hope is my new bias wrecker because he is also perfect. V is just really childlike, and like that rectangular smile that he does, I just thought that was so funny and cute. Yeah, then also Jimin, because Jimin reasons. I know Jimin is a really popular bias. And so number 3 is your favorite song. For this one, I wrote Save Me. And this is from not the latest album, but I really love the melody and how it's kind of pop and it's kind of like slower and softer. I don't know, I just really love that song. It's one that I never get tired of listening to. And this goes on with number 4, which is what is your favorite music video? And for this one, it is also Save Me, because just like the song, the music video, the aesthetic of the music video, all of them, the choreography isn't hardcore, but they still hit every single beat when they danced to the song, which is like really cool, and I really like that. But honestly, since recently when the Blood, Sweat and Tears music video came out, it's kind of tied with that one, because the Blood, Sweat and Tears music video is just like an explosion of aesthetic, and the choreography in that music video is amazing, and it's just the way they all look, the clothes that they're wearing, how they had like their makeup done, just the architecture of everything that was in that music video, how it opens, how the music video is longer than the song because the opening doesn't have the music in it, the middle of the song has Namjoon speaking in it, the way that there's a whole bunch of other videos that they did before this one, and just the entire concept of that music video and song and everything is just super cool, and I've never seen anybody else do that before, and it was just like so well thought out, and it's based on a book, and it was amazing. All right, number 5, how did you discover them? Well, like I said at the beginning, and like I've said a few times before, I got into K-pop because of Eugene from BuzzFeed. Last May, when I was like, it was around finals or something, I don't know, I caught myself watching a whole bunch of BuzzFeed videos back to back to back, and my favorite were the Try Guys, and they have a million videos, and so eventually I came across their video series that revolved around like K-pop and Korean dramas and Korean food and like K-con, and so I watched the K-pop one when they're reacting to a bunch of music videos, and so Bang 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 came up, GOT7 came up. They were one of the first groups that I had heard of. I got into them, I think, right after like Save Me came out or something, whenever that one came out. It came out around that time, or like it came out right after Fire. I think I got into them around that time, but I didn't really get into them until like a few months later for whatever reason. So yeah, I would just like to thank Eugene from BuzzFeed for making my life go down a rabbit hole, because I have not chilled at all in about a year, and I don't see myself chilling at all. I have merch, I've been to a concert, I'm not calming down. Alright, so number 6, it is favorite moment in a TV show or reality show, or just your favorite in general about BTS. And they do a lot of things like on the V Live website, where they have live videos of themselves. Whenever Rap Monster did one, Namjoon did one on Sunday or Saturday night before the Billboard Awards, and he was super adorable. But there was one where they kind of went traveling around Europe. I think it was last year, and at the beginning of last year, I think. And I just really loved seeing that, because I'm someone who really wants to travel in the future. I really want to dive into other countries and cultures, and just see things that I've only seen in a computer screen and books, and I just really want to travel the world. So yeah, it was just them kind of like doing touristy stuff, them going to supermarkets, them sightseeing and going to restaurants and doing all these things. And I just thought it was so cool, because it's like I'm kind of traveling through them while watching this, and I get to see how they are kind of with themselves and in a more natural environment, rather than them being like in the spotlight. So it was just really cool to see them in a different light. So number 7, why do you love them? I can go on. I can make an entire video on why I love them, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit short. But I wrote, so basically they all seem really super down to earth, and I love that, because they come from really humble beginnings. They all do. They come from a company that wasn't huge. It's not one of the big 3 companies. They all had their own personal struggles that they had to overcome and deal with. Another thing that I absolutely love about this group is that their songs are very true to what they think, I feel like, because a lot of the songs about that everybody sings about is about love. It's about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or, you know, a broken heart or whatever. But a lot of their songs don't really deal with girls. Namjoon and Whale just came out with the song Change, and it's about basically society changing, and it's an amazing song and it's great. J-Hope's is about his mom. Jungkook's is about his older the rest of the guys and how they basically raised him. Suga's was about his piano, his first love, which was his piano. And especially since these guys are young. The oldest one is Jin, and he's like 25, 26, I think. Namjoon is 2 years older than me, so he's 22, 23 now, because I'm gonna be 21 this year. But we're all young, and so I think I really relate to their songs because of like age, what they're dealing with, having to deal with society, having to deal with being a young person in society. So number 8, what is your favorite album? And I thought this was hard for me, because I really like the Wings album, and I really like each separate song, but I also really like this album. The Young Forever song is just about being young, and it's something that I also related to. So it's on it. Whoa, got it. But I don't know, I really love all of their songs. Alright, so number 9 is, do you have any merchandise? And I have this album. This is all I have, and I also have a couple posters up here, but I think that's all I have of them. And also, have you been to any of their concerts? And no, I have not, and I'm very mad about that. Was really close to getting tickets. I actually got 2 tickets when they were here, and then like an idiot I refreshed the page and they were gone forever. And then they announced that they were gonna have another concert the day after, and then I tried to get tickets and they sold out within like 2 minutes, and I couldn't, and I literally cried. I was so mad. But anyways, number 10, what is your favorite live performance? And for me, it's definitely Fire. I really love the Save Me choreography and song. I really love the Blood, Sweat, and Tears choreography and song. But performance-wise, I love seeing them perform Fire. It's just so explosive, and then they bring out all the rest of their backup dancers at the end, and it's just amazing. All right, and I have one bonus question, and I think I thought of this the other day because it's new on my list. But who do you think has the biggest personality difference between their actual personality and their stage presence? And honestly, they're all so nerdy and dorky, which I love with a passion, and they all have such a explosive like stage personality. But I think for me, the one that has the biggest difference is J-Hope, because when he's performing on stage, he's like, it's crazy if you've seen him perform. Okay, so I wrote down here also, there's the Manila Dance, there's to, I don't know, I'll put a link to it, but you have to watch this link and look at J-Hope. He's in the middle. He's my favorite dancer in BTS. He's one of my favorite dancers in K-pop in general. My first one is Kai, but that is a different for another day. But before I finish, can we just talk about BTS at the Billboard Awards real quick? Because I was so ecstatic that they won. I was so proud of them, and like Namjoon did an amazing job speaking. The rest of the guys were so funny also. They looked amazing. I was really happy with the way they looked. They looked sophisticated and they looked smart and they looked like they knew what they were doing, because they do. And so I was so happy that they won. And I think I saw an interview with Namjoon talking afterwards. He's like, yeah, we'd be more than happy to come back. He's like, let us perform. And I'm like, oh my god, let them perform and let them blow your minds. And then I was thinking, I was like, Billboard should create like a K-pop category. And also I thought it was so funny because like obviously they're here, not everybody knows about them, and so all of us that do know and love them were like thinking it was so funny when everybody's like, who's the third guy from the left and who's the middle one? And honestly, I feel like Jin is the visual of the group. He's so pretty and he's tall, and I thought it was so funny how everybody was kind of freaking out over Jin. But I honestly feel like Jin would have been the first one that I noticed also, probably because the first ones that I noticed are always like the taller ones, and I think him and Namjoon are both the tallest ones in the group. But honestly, look at Jin is a beautiful, yeah, Jin is beautiful. Look at this, just look at this ethereal being right here. I don't know if you can see that, but he's gorgeous. I'm going to distract myself. Oh, look at group shot, but I'm gonna distract myself if I keep looking at this thing. So I'm gonna tag Katie from Katie Book Queen. I kind of brought her down this hole of K-pop with me, and so she blames me for it, but I think I did her a huge favor. So I'm tagging you, Katie, and literally anybody who wants to do this tag, I tag you. Please do it. I want to find you if you are a booktuber who also loves BTS. I think that, like I said at the beginning, this will be a fun way to kind of reach out to other BTS armies. I don't really call myself that, but yeah, a BTS fan in the booktube community. Yeah, I'm dead serious. If you want to do this, do it and tag me or comment that you did it or something, and I will watch it and we will fangirl together. So I'm looking forward to hopefully anybody else doing this tag. Alright, so my camera died before I was able to say goodbye, but I was just gonna finish off by saying I really hope that you all like this video. I really hope that if you want to do this video that you feel more than welcome to do it. I would love to see your answers to this. I'm sorry this is a little shaky. You get to see my mess behind here. Ignore this, but I'm holding my phone in my hand. But yeah, if you did like this and if you would like to see me do any other ones, please leave any recommendations down below. I'd be happy to do like Big Bang or EXO. EXO would be great, especially since they're supposed to have their comeback relatively soon, like this summer sometime. So that would be really interesting. I plan to do more K-pop videos this summer. I'm gonna do a big one talking about how K-pop has continued to take over my life in June. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'll be like Jin.